Hello everyone, welcome back. This is episode 8 and today we are building a slime farm. Okay, so this is the view from the bottom of the slime chunk and I've got it all dug out and ready to start farming some slimes. So what I've done here, this raised platform is the actual slime chunk. So if I just turn on the chunk board, as you can see, that's where the chunk ends. And I've gone 5 blocks out in each direction, so this is actually 26 blocks across. And then from there I've started putting in this wall, so we've got a 3 block gap next to the slime chunk, and this is where the water's going to go, and it's going to flow into these corners, and each of the 4 corners, and that's where the slime's going to die. So this is a design by Nebon, and I'll put a link to his video in the description. And the design of this farm is very, very clever, and there are multiple stages that you can build depending on what resources you've got. So the minimum starter stage is just having 2 magma blocks in each corner, and then you put water next to these pressure plates just flowing this way, and they'll push the slimes into this corner and they'll die on these 2 magma blocks. So the collection system here is very, very simple as well. There's normally with slime farms like this you tend to have rails going back and forth underneath the magma blocks, but in this case it's just so simple. All you need is a chest there and a chest there. And now because the magic chest are slightly smaller than a block, the slime balls can actually go through here. So if we break that block and we put a hopper there, anything that flows along here ends up in that hopper. So the water is actually doing 2 things. It's killing the slimes by pushing into these magma blocks, but then it's also pushing all the drops and collecting in those hoppers. Right, so I've got this done now in each of the corners. Got all 4 of them in, and they are actually collecting slime already. Just from me going up to collect resources every now and then, I'm already getting quite a bit. So this is looking good. And I've put the water in on the side, so there's just 2 water source blocks in the middle here, and they push in either direction towards the corners. The next stage is replacing all of this stone here that the slimes flow through with magma blocks. So this is obviously a slightly more expensive version. So once these are replaced with magma blocks, it does create a slight problem, but it is easily fixed. So these pressure plates here need to be on packed ice, because there is a chance here that the slimes will die on the magma blocks. So then the slime balls will be floating along through the water, but because there's stone here, there's a chance that they'll stop. So replacing the stone under these pressure plates with packed ice will ensure that they'll carry on flowing into the hoppers. So I need to get some more magma blocks, and I need to get some more packed ice. So I've got those now, and what I'm going to do is get all this replaced, and I'll be right back. Okay, so as you can see, I've got all that done. I've got all of the magma blocks in all the way around, and I've got packed ice under the pressure plates to make sure that the slime balls carry on into the hoppers. And what I've also done is raised up the spawning platform by 1 block, because the large slimes can actually jump back up if it is only 1 high. So that's 2 high now, and it's working perfectly. So as you can see, the slimes are dying on the magma blocks, they get pushed into the corner, and the drops are getting collected in the hoppers. So I think the next thing I want to do is work on the double slime chunk, even though they're not as efficient as these, because the larger platforms mean that the slimes can carry on jumping further before they fall into the water streams. I have already got it dug out and slimes are spawning in there, so I need to at least get the killing mechanism in, so they aren't taking up the mob cap and reducing the efficiency of this one. So I'm going to get all that now. Right, so that's the double slime chunk, also set up exactly the same as the single slime chunk. So I've got the magma blocks and the water streams going all the way around, and the packed ice under the pressure plates, and I've also got the collection system in the corners. So the next step is to work on what to do with all the items. So at the moment we've got the corner collection systems going into chests. I mean, look at this, this is just one of the chests from a single slime chunk, and I haven't even built up the levels yet. I've only got 1 spawning platform at the bottom. So what I want to do, I've got these little access roads around here, and this is exactly the same way Netbond does it. So instead of having these chests in the corner, there'll be a dropper pointing upwards, and then we'll have a redstone clock on the side of it, and it'll just shoot the items upwards into water streams, and then we'll replace all this stone with packed ice, and we'll send them to one central item elevator, probably around the centre here somewhere. So we'll have the ones from the double slime chunk and the single slime chunk both going to the same one, and that will send them up to the surface, and we'll have a bulk storage system up there. So I'm going to get on with that now, and I'll come back when I've made some progress. Right, just on the way back from crafting up my redstone, and I remembered I hadn't shown what's in these chests. So one of the advantage of doing all this digging is that you get a lot of resources. So I've got tons of stone, I've got plenty of iron in here as well, and then just a few other bits, all the stone variants. I got some cobblestone as well, and dirt. Cobblestone, because I also have a fortune pick, so I use that. I went through 3 pickaxes doing this. Obviously they've all got mending on, so they all got repaired a few times, I believe. So yeah, that's that. So let's get back on with the redstone. Okay, let's get this chest switched out. So I'll just break this, hopefully I'll be able to pick up all the slime. Yeah. So all I want to do is put a dropper in here. So now anything that goes into the top will go into there. And then we just want to put a clock on here, so it'll automatically spit out anything into the water streams. So if we just have a comparator running out of the block next to the dropper, that comparator can still read what's in the dropper. And if we have a block here, redstone there, and then we just need a repeater coming out of this block, and then this creates the clock, and then one more there will power this block, which will then power the dropper, and there we go, that's working already. So all we need to do now, just to solve a few potential problems, is put some glass there. So the water stream is going to come around this way, and it's important that it's coming this way. If it was going that way, I'd need it on this side, and that's because if it was going this way, it's very likely that the slime balls would get stuck right there, so they wouldn't be able to flow along because they come out in random directions. So if it's going this way, it doesn't matter which direction it goes in, because it's going to get pushed up against this wall and then flow along that way, and it's not going to get caught on this chest. It could potentially go back into this hopper. So to solve that, we're going to put a stair block, an upside down stair block there, and that means when they get spat out, if they go against that, no problem, they'll just carry on down this water stream and down there. But because it's an upside down stair block, items will still be able to get through from the other side. So I'm going to get the rest of these built up now and get the water streams in, and I'll be right back. Right, so that's everything done. I've got all the clocks in on all of the droppers going all the way around this slime chunk, and they all go along this water stream, and then they eventually meet up with the one from the double slime chunk, which I've also done the same with the droppers and the clocks all the way around. They merge here and then into this item elevator, and if we're lucky we might see some coming through, but we probably won't because we're so close. But everything goes up there right to the surface, so let's go look at that. And this is where the items come up. So as you can see, they're just bobbing up and down on the surface of this water here. But what we're going to do is we're going to build this up a little bit. Actually, I'll do it on camera because it's a nice and quick job. So I just want a little bit of temporary storage. There's that word again, temporary. But they're just going to come up here. Water will flow out and across hoppers and into the back of a lot of chests, because I'm hoping I should get quite a lot of slime from this. So I'm just going to get this built up and we'll have a look when I've finished. And that's the storage done. So I've got 24 double chests, all with hoppers in the back, and the slime balls just come up this item elevator. I've put a glass block at the top there so they don't go flying out of the water stream as they do, and they just flow across top of these hoppers and straight into those chests. So nice and simple. So the last thing to do is just get the rest of this farm built up. So at the moment I've only got 2 layers down there, so I'm going to go up to 7 layers. So I just need to build another 5, and then that's it. That'll be this project completely done and dusted. Anyway, I'm going to jump into a time lapse now and get the rest of this farm built up. And there it is. The farm is now complete. So I got all 7 layers built up, and they're all producing slimes like crazy. So if we just jump across onto my camera account, we can see how quickly these things are spawning, and it's going really, really well. Now, there are a few things I can do to improve the rates, like mainly lighting up areas. So up here, obviously at night, there'll be mobs spawning. So if I can light up as much of this as possible, it'll improve the rates down here. And then any caves that I've missed underground, if I can find the rest of those, this will be even better. But if we have a look now at what I've got coming in, you can see them just coming up here like crazy. So if we have a look in these chests, look at this. We've got a lead as well. Some llama had a bad time in there. But as far as slime goes, can't complain about that. And even with the rates not 100% perfect yet, it's doing really, really well. So I am very, very happy with this. This has gone really well. But unfortunately, I think that is all the time I have for today. So I'm going to have to leave it there. But thank you for watching, everyone. And if you did enjoy this episode, please leave a like and subscribe if you're new. And I will see you again next time. Thanks for watching, everybody. Bye-bye.